Happy New Day. Happy New Day. Wonderful space to be in again. It is so wonderful to be able to be back on the live, on the podcast for a few minutes. And I just had some things that, some light codes that were coming. I just wanted to share them. And yeah, where we are. You know, everything is working out for our highest good. And in this sacred space that we're in, everything is. This is happening for us. You know, we give gratitude for everything working out for our highest good. Turn the light on. Let me turn the light on. Turn the light on up here, but it didn't turn the light on. Sorry about that. Apologize. Yeah, that's the I'm just curious. What was coming to me, and as you can see, the title on it is "The Puppet on the String Has Become the Master." And you know, we give love, we receive love, we accept love. We are walking in abundance. We are fulfilling our purpose. We are connected to all. Unconditional love is our guide. There's one truth, one law. We all we create. We are a divine being, having a divine human experience here in the heart on planet Earth. We are whole, perfect, strong, powerful, loving, harmonious, and happy. You know, we always acknowledge our human energy. We let the councils, our nation, archangels, spirit guide, ancestors of the higher realm that are always assisting us, for elders that are always assisting us right now. That's in the master, always assisting us right now in this sacred moment that we are in. Mother, Father, Prime, Creator. We are open channel for source to flow through. And we just healed ourselves. Thank you for all our star families that are here, that are assisting us in this transformation that is happening within us as we are being restored, renewed, upgraded, rebooted, our system all coming back online. Know that we are the master of our creator, that every thought that we are creating, every thought that we are thinking is manifesting in the now, in our present moment reality. We just give gratitude for Grandma Charlotte, Grandma Rosa, Mama Rosa, Rabbi Yair, Mother Karen. You know, we just an open channel for source to flow through. It is an amazing, even my father Johnny, all those that have crossed over into the non-physical, that are assisting us right now within this body that we are in, this vehicle that we are been given the ability to navigate it, to drive it throughout this universe, throughout the cosmos. So we give gratitude for that. And just wanted to be on here just for a little while. Just wanted to share some things that were coming to me as I was talking to one of my dear friends, that some things that were coming to me. And the title of this is "The Puppet on the String Has Become the Master." And so where that came from is just in a conversation to understand that everything in our life right now that's happening, this awakening, this ascension that's happening within us, is pushing. And so this is as the Messiah, the leader, the savior of a particular group with the cause of one that is in preparation for war. Not only that, but the creator, one that is the creator, one that is understanding that your thoughts create your reality, and that everything that you are experiencing, you are responsible for that. And so this now energy that we are operating in, the now energy that is flowing within us, is to know that everything that is happening right now is pushing you to become the creator. It is pushing you to become the leader, to take the responsibility of the one that's holding the baton, to hold the baton that the ancestors have passed to you. It is pushing you to become that. And so 26,000 years, we've been in an area that we've been behind, that where we've been allowing somebody else to hold the baton. Someone else have been driving the wheel. And so what my guys were sharing with me, it's time to take the wheel. That's what they're saying. It's time to take the wheel. And so you know what the wheel is? The wheel, I come to do the wheel of him that sent me, or the driving the wheel, or the wheel, like Ezekiel made a wheel. It's talking about a flying saucer. So it's time for you to know, to understand that you the You are the one that's navigating this thing that's happening within your life right now. So it's time for you to wake up and understand that you are the one that's in control of your whole reality. Happy New Day. Of your whole reality. So let's pinpoint some things that's going on right now. So we know there's a lot of things that's going on in the Illusional world. Because the Illusional world, remember, we know that this is a whole movie. This is the whole movie, this is the whole story that's happening right now. So the Illusional world, in the minds of many, they actually think these things are actually happening. So let's pinpoint some things. So some of the things that are dear to many people's heart that still sleep, that are still in the amnesia state. And so let's say have been dependent on different resources from the government, right? And so as I'm sitting there and I was sharing with one friend and I was sitting there, is that how things are being played out right now in your life. So we look at a lot of things to be negative. Like a lot of the things that happen, many people think that's negative, that are negative things that are happening. But you got to look, there's two sides to the pole. There's two sides to the pole. You can't just lean to the right and then and leave the left side out. No, there's two sides to the pole. So you got to look at it through, because you got two eyes, right? Two eyes, two ears, two holes in your nose. You got two hands, two legs, 2 feet. So 2 arms. So you got to look at both sides, right? And so you understand, many people want to lean to the negative part of what the eye is actually showing them. But when you really see things as we say out of our mouth, I'm the creator of my reality. I'm the master, I'm the master, I'm the creator. Every word that we speak has power. It's magic. So you're speaking these things into your reality. So the energy that's operating right now is pushing you into that. So where it looks like something is being taken from you, no, you're being pushed to become what you say you are. You're being pushed to become that what you say you are. If you're saying you are a leader or a savior of a particular group with a cause and one that is in preparation for war, you're being pushed. This energy is pushing you in the now present moment to operate in that energy right now. And so the title is The Puppet on the String Has Become the Master. And many of you, because other podcasts, I was talking about the voting, and that you voted people to be in these positions and stuff, right? You voted for the red team and the blue team. You voted for whichever one you voted for. Anyway, whoever you voted for, they're in their office right now. So let's go with that. So the very one you voted for was considered as the puppet, because the puppet, you picked the puppet to be in the office. So the puppet was supposedly to do what you thought that the puppet was going to do, right? So the puppet, right? So the puppet is, hey, you pick the puppet and you say we're going to change this. Puppet was going to change this. Everything that you pick, everything that you say you wanted to happen, you was expecting the puppet to do it, right? So the puppet, you actually was behind the scene, was supposed to be controlling the puppet. But what happened is, I like this one. But what happened is actually the puppet became to realize that the master doesn't know that it's the master. The master doesn't know that it's God. So the puppet got smart, and the puppet said, you know what? Since the master doesn't know that he's God, that he's creator, then I can manipulate the master and become the master over the one that's supposed to be the creator. The one that invented me to be the puppet, I can become the master over it. Oh, I love that. I don't know if anybody even heard that, but I got it. That the puppet that's been you've been picking puppets for years, thousands of years. And so these puppets that we've been having in these offices, supposed to be doing the things that we want to happen, but the puppets realized that the creators didn't know that they were creators. And since they didn't know they was creators, guess what? So the puppets say, we can manipulate them. We can become master over them. And so because they don't know that they are the creator of the reality, and because they don't know that they God, and that they don't know that they're master, we can become masters over them. We can manipulate them in thinking that we actually doing what they want to happen. Oh, that's how it's been running. That's what's been running. So the puppets have become the masters. So actually, the puppets have become the gods over the gods. Oh, I love that. I mean, I'm just keeping it real with you. Let's flow with this. And oh my goodness, girl. So flow with me. I'm just gonna read my title. Flow with me, okay? Flow with me. For you that's joining me for the first time, that's you joining us, Happy New Day for the first time. I love you. Thank you for joining us today. I am Oracle Mother Yanice Lamel, Nutri Prime Supreme 1216 of the Messiah Code Movement, the Walu Tribe. I am a star seed. So, shout out to you that's on YouTube, Facebook, and Messiah Code. Shout out to you. But I am just sharing some light codes that came to me when I was sitting there and I was on the phone with a friend. And, it was just coming to me. I said, I got to jump on the podcast and share this because look at this, y'all. Look at this. Oh, the puppet. So let's just pull up Pinocchio, right? So Pinocchio, I'm just going to use Pinocchio. Pinocchio actually means the pineal gland, But I want to use it in another term. So the puppet, which, you remember his daddy, his son went back into the non-physical, right? So he was a puppet maker. And so he could carve many types of puppets. And so he was longing for his son. So what Apollo did was that he carved him an image or a puppet that sort of looked like his son. And so he would play with him and he would make a wish and say, I miss my son. I want you to be a real boy. He was just making that wish. Then all of a sudden, I saw the movie. So, then all of a sudden, here it is. I'm gonna say one of the ancestors come and touched him. I want you to see this because there was Jimmy Cricket in there too, which was a spirit guide. So Jimmy Cricket is like a spirit guide in there. And so the ancestors come and then, she tapped him and, with the wand and stuff. But then she made Jimmy Cricket as one of the spirit guides to guide him on his journey. And so on his journey, but then he began to realize that he conscious. Jimmy Cricket was considered as the conscious, right? So as his conscious, I want you to see this. Remember, the puppet at the time it was designed, it didn't have a conscious. And so he became his conscious. And so I want you to see this. So the puppet that many of us, I didn't vote. Many people voted, right? So the conscious, I'm going to see where we're going with this. So the puppet, right, didn't have a conscience. So everybody that voted for the puppet that didn't have the conscience. So the puppets, not just puppet, the puppets have been in office for thousands of years. So those puppets actually were supposedly being controlled by you. But what happened that the puppets became alive and the conscience in the puppet began to activate within the puppet. And it realized that the creator didn't know that itself was God. But since the creator didn't know that it was God, then the puppet began to come alive and realize that it could become the master. So let's look at this. How can we relate this to now? So let's look at this now. So many years, voting has been going on for thousands of years, right? And so we've been picking all those people that you would actually say, so these puppets was going to be your mouthpiece, right? These puppets was going to the house up there. These puppets was going to be the one that voiced your opinion of what you wanted, right? Right? This is what's been going on for thousands of years. But guess what? Puppets woke up. The puppets realized that this is a cycle that's been going on for 27 thousand years that they have not woke up yet. They haven't woke up. They realized that they could create their own reality, that they could realize that they could speak for themselves and that they didn't have to have someone else to be the mouthpiece for them because they God. But the thing is this, that the creators were still sleeping. They didn't know that they were God. So the puppets realized that, hey, let's come together and we're going to become master over them. And so that's what's been happening. That's why you got those making decisions for you, because guess what? You still asleep and don't know that you God. So everything that's happening in the world right now is that things are pushing you. This is pushing you into that area in your life for you to wake up and be God. But many of you want to hold on to that area of being, instead of being the master, you want to switch places and become the puppet. And guess what? That's what's happening. There's been a switching. So you have become the puppet and the master have become the God. So now, let's go with this. I mean, I'm getting it. Anybody else getting it? Anybody else on here? I got to prop this up with so I can see the phone. Anybody else walking with me to understand what I'm saying? You say I love. Yeah, I mean, I like that too. But really understand, I want you to see this, because remember, this is really a movie. And so with the movie, you actually get to see what's going on. There's a flipping going on. But the inventors or the masters want to remain not the master, but they want to switch places they have switched places with the puppet. And so therefore, everything needs to be done for them. Everything needs to be done for them because they refuse to be the master. And so since they refuse to be the master, refuse to be the master, the creator and the producer and the director and the writer and the inventor of their life experience, of their reality, guess what? So the puppet got smart. So the puppet began to switch places and look, start manipulating them, that they are the puppet and that they the God. So the puppets flip the script on them. You gotta assess the scene, because at one time in life you were the God, you were the creator. Guess what? Something flipped. So when it flipped the script. So now the role plays that you're the puppet. Oh my goodness. So you became the puppet. So remember, in Pinocchio, Apollo had to move his hands and all that stuff for him, right? He had to move everything before Pinocchio could, play with him. But then there's something happened to where when the ancestor and he became a real boy, but he didn't have a conscience until Jiminy Cricket became the conscience. And telling him what was right, what was wrong. And so here it is, the script was flipped into where you are right now. I feel you. This is one I think everybody should be on. This right here. I think everybody should be on this right here. If you think anybody can benefit from this right here, share the podcast. I am going back and look at this myself. And so, look at this. So what's happening in the reality right now is to push you back into your position, who you really are. That's what's happening. To move you back as creator of the reality, to be the master. This is what's happening. Ain't nobody taking your stamps. Ain't nobody doing nothing to you. This is your very own energy. Your very own energy pushing you back as leader. I'm just keeping it real with you. As master. Because you were never meant to be the follower. You were meant to be the creator. I'm just keeping it real. So when you out there not begging, but hollering and like, oh, they doing this to me or they took this from me, you are still showing that you are the puppet, not the master, not the leader. You're the puppet. So the puppet can't survive unless somebody help it. And that's what's been going on. You are no longer the puppet. What the energy is doing now is waking you up as master. God. Source, energy. I'm just keeping it real. I don't know how long I'm gonna be on here, but I'm just, I thank you, Dee. Yes, you're getting it. But you understand that as the master and the creator of your reality, you are not dependent on nobody. You're not dependent on an outside source, because see, that's what's been happening. The world has been depending on an outside source to be the provider. when the energy is now pushing you in your reality, in your position as you knowing you the creator. Because before you have been allowing yourself to be relying on an outside source and dependent, and your energy has been sucking out of you. It's been leaching out of you, because when it's an outside source, you don't know you God. I mean, I'm just keeping it real with you. You don't know you're the master. You're the creator. So the puppet, you like the puppet. It's like, I don't know where to go with this one. So if we finish with Pinocchio, and you already, if you ain't never seen that movie, it's a good one to watch. It's not a new movie, it's an old movie. But understanding that everyone that's up there in the White House is a part of your movie. They are playing roles in your movie. And so as you wake up to understand, they are playing the script that you created. You wrote the script for them to play. But here's something that's going to wake you up too. So Trump is actually you. Oh, stop that oracle. Because in the hologram, there in the reflection is only going to show, on the mirror is only going to show your reflection of who you are. So look, it may not look like you, guess what? But it's you. Trump is you, and everybody else up there in that White House is a different form of you. Oh, slow motion this side, slow motion that side. Because in the hologram, in the reflection, the mirror only shows you the image of you. So when you're looking through your eyes, you're not looking at Trump, you're looking at your own energy in another form. Oh, stop that. You Trump. This is a wake-up call right here. So you Trump, right? You Trump. They all playing the script that you wrote. The script that you wrote, they're all saying exactly the script that you wrote. So Trump is doing what you wrote for him in your movie. You wrote that script for him to say what he's saying right now. Because he's in your movie. Ain't nobody else in your world. Because the way I see Trump through my eyes is not the way you see Trump through your eyes. Because in your world, it's a different world. We're not all in the same world. And we are not all experiencing the same experience. I'm just keeping it real with you. So it may appear that Trump looks the same through your eyes like mine, but it's not. Trump, it looks different through my eyes and it looks different through your eyes. Come on, come with it. You are the creator of your reality. It's your movie. And every actor in your movie, you wrote the script for them to play it. Remember, this is a hologram. And remember, this is the game of life. And know this, that everybody's playing a role in the game of life. Just keeping it real. So Trump is your trump card. Woo-hoo! What you gonna do on the game of life? You never play the game of life. That's your trump card. So, where we going? Trump card. Why am I hearing ace in the hole? I don't know about the ace in the hole. I used to play. What I used to play? I used to play Go Fish. I used to play Go Fish. I could play Uno. And did I play? Anyway. But I'm going with this for you to understand, looking through your own lenses, because that's all you're going to see. You ain't seeing nobody else but yourself in a different form. So as you getting mad, you got to be outsmart the game. This is how you manipulate your own energy. So as you getting mad at Trump and all them other ones, you actually mad at yourself. Come on, masters. Come on, masters, leaders. Outsmart the game. Don't let the game outsmart you. You outsmart the game. This is the game of life. And learning how to play it. All right, next thing. Okay, we said looking through the eyes, looking through your own lenses, looking through the lenses of source. seeing yourself in different forms. And you are here to manipulate your own energy. You're not here to try to convince nobody to do anything. You actually experiencing your own self in your own world. Everybody is a different form of you in your own world because you can only experience your own energy. Nobody else's energy. You can only, got a tickle. You can only experience your own energy in your own world. So as you're getting mad and angry at everybody else, just remember the puppet. Remember the puppet. Because you designed the puppet to do what the puppet is doing. Ooh, that's deep. No matter what books come out, whatever books it say about Trump and all that, outsmart the system. All these things are in the hell plane is to manipulate you, to get you to think that there is an outside source outside of your own power, and it's not. Oh, I love that. You are the master. You are the designer. You are the creator. Just know that government, that all this is a part of a whole movie. This is all a movie. And everybody's playing their script in the movie. And the illusional world, the illusional world is trying to convince you that it is. But guess what? You are smarter than a 5th grader. And you are not moved by those things. You know that you are the creator of the reality. And you are here to manipulate your own energy. Not your energy manipulates you, because your energy is in another form of you out there making decisions, because it's really the puppet. It may look one way, but it's really the puppet. You got to understand that it's really the puppet. Girl, you smarter than a 5th grader. It's really the puppet. And I would say it's really a mouse in a corner with a megaphone. And so as you knowing that you're the master, creator, God, source, energy, you are not deceived, or nor are you operating in fear. You actually are in control of the movie. I like that. So, where else we going before I get off? Dee Dee, I feel this. Everything that's happening right now, be of good cheer. Be of good cheer. You know the earth is a school. Earth is the hardest school, and you know you right at graduation time. So if you right at the door, getting ready to walk through the door for graduation, don't you think that they're going to try to throw out the hardest stuff that they can throw out? Don't you know most melanated people depend on food stamps and their mind is focused on that? So guess what? They're going to they pull out an ace card. That might have been the Trump card. So they pull the Trump card out to get you distracted. So if it can get you distracted to focus on, I ain't going to have no food to feed my child, and your vibration begin to come down low, guess what? You begin to be a food source again. Trying to get you to go back and repeat a cycle all over again. I'm just keeping it real with you. You right at graduation. Don't you know you the master? Don't you know the earth is the Lord and the fullness thereof, and those that dwell therein? Never seen the righteous forsaken his seed begging bread. Don't you know you are the food? Don't you know you are everything? Why would you allow yourself to fall back into that trap? I'm just keeping it real with you. I sound like I'm yelling. I don't mean to yell. If it's an echo, that's because I'm in the house all by myself. Man, I'm hot and I turned the fireplace on. Just keeping it real with you. It's graduation time, y'all. Suit up. Suit up. Suit up. Messiah, suit up. Suit up. Put on that armor. Look, this road is just now started. It's going to get more rockier. Just suit up. Because this one right here, that Trump card was pulled. Guess what? They got an ace in the hole somewhere. Just know that you have always been provided for. This is not the end. Oh, yeah, you earning this one. What did you say? The cap and the gown. You earning this one. So, where we going with this one? So now that we know that it's just a mouse in the corner with a megaphone. Now that you know this is all an illusional thing, that this is a whole movie, and you wrote the whole entire script for everybody to say what they say, and you're not caught up to really actually think that that's the real world. The real world is on the inside. It can only reflect that what's inside of you. So how you gonna deal with it? What you gonna do? How you gonna create the reality? Be still and know that you God. Let's keep it real. Be still and know you God. This is where the energy is pushing you. It's driving you to be the master. It's driving you to be the master. You can't look just at one side and say, oh, they took this and you left out this side. This side is saying you God, you creator. This one like, oh, this is fear. How you gonna make it? You ain't gonna be able to make it. You ain't gonna be survived. You got 5 kids. You ain't gonna be able to feed your kids. Oh, then it says it's gonna be 2 or 3 months before you get something. Rise up. Rise up. I'm just keeping it, That's the word I say, keeping it real. I'm just sharing. That's what I'm doing. I am not sharing anything that you don't already know, that you right at the door of graduation. And that earth is school. And guess what? This is one of the hardest exams. And they got some more coming behind this and more harder than this one. Ground yourself. Ground yourself. Know that you God. Your ancestors got you. The ancestors got us. Ground ourselves. No, we not falling back. No, we grounding out. We the boots on the ground. No, we not fearing. Fear not. Girl, God got you. You survived before they even brought on the scene. You know you wrote that in your script, food stamps, right? So look, you knew that you were already going to pass this test. That's why you put some of the hardest stuff in there. Oh my goodness, I hear something, but we'll talk to them people later. Anyway, but I'm just sharing with you to understand that you are more powerful. We are more powerful than we allow ourselves to experience this, y'all. So what else? Give you another one. What's another one? So they did the food stamps. They did the Medicaid. What else they do? What else they cut back, y'all? I'm not really one that look at TV, so there's a lot of changes going on. So there's a lot of changes that we wrote within our movie. So we are the author of our story. We wrote the script, and so it's the movie, right? So understand that you're the creator and you're the author, so you control the pen and the paper. So you're writing the movie, you're writing the script. So just know that you wrote it, so if you wrote it, you know what's getting ready to come next. Don't come down. They gotta come up. Just keeping it real with you. God, there must be a new word in my vocabulary. So, when you look, my guys are actually saying that focus and understand where you're directing your energy to. There's no way you can lose at this thing at all. You can't lose at the game of life at all. I'm just keeping it real. You cannot lose at the game of life, but we must understand the tactics and the manipulating of the energy, because we have to manipulate our own energy, because that's what we use to create the reality. And so our energy is in different forms, but you still got to know it's you. It's still your energy. Oh my goodness. Here's one coming to me. One of the Marvel movies that I watched. Is it Doctor Strange? Remember, there's Doctor Strange in there, and just recall something that's coming to me. Doctor Strange, and he was, so we are a multidimensional being, right? And so there was Doctor Strange, he was on different dimensions, wasn't he? He was on different dimensions. And there was one dimension that he had to go back and where he had defeated him own self, right? But the one that he had defeated, he had to use it to go defeat another being, right? So guess what? You have to manipulate your own energy. This is how it goes. This is the game of life. You are more more intelligent than the illusional world has allowed you to see yourself that way. So yeah. Anything else before I get off here? Yeah. Let's see. Being the author of the journey, the author of the story, the writer, the maker, the creator of the movie, and understanding that you designed the puppet, but the puppet realized that you didn't know that you were the creator. So the puppet switched and manipulated you that you were the puppet and that it was the creator. So since it was a change in the script, and so since you have been thinking that you the puppet, so the creator that's really not the creator is really the puppet has been running the whole show. So now you got to flip this thing back and realize that you the master and the creator, and the puppet is really the puppet supposed to be doing what you created it to do. Ooh, that's deep right there. So now you woke up to understand that your very own energy is pushing you in that position. Your very own energy is pushing you into position as the creator to take your power back. Hey, it's graduation time. It's either you're going to pass the test or you're going to go repeat the cycle all over again. I'm just keeping it real. Either you rise up and be the master, the creator, God, source, who you are you coming back and repeat this whole lesson all over again? Keep seeing somebody doing this something to you. They taking this away from you. It's showing the universe that you're not ready. It's showing the universe that you're not ready to lead. That you're not ready to be the master. That's what's holding on. That's what it want to keep your own energy, want to keep you here. That third dimensional version of yourself want to hold you here. No. It's graduation time. That 3D with third dimension, which is the hell plane, where the parasites and all that stuff is, when you didn't know. You came here to pass this test. You right there. You right at the door. We right there at the door. So, I think that's it. I'm really grateful and thankful for everyone that's been rolling with me on this podcast, because I can't wait to go back and look at this and see this and hear it myself. But I know this much, that we are in control of everything in our reality, that we're not moved by those things. As you're hearing people say, all these different things, but we're not moved by that because they're different versions of you. Just know that you're the creator. You're not the puppet. The puppet is the puppet and you're the master. You actually are the ascended master. You are the ascended master. The puppet is the puppet, but it doesn't look that way on the screen. Remember, the puppet flipped the script to make it look like it's the president. It's the president. But no, the president is really the puppet. You are the God. You are the creator. Oh, I like that. And it can only manipulate you. And when you start focusing on and start believing the script, no, flip it. That it has power to make choices for you. It doesn't. I'm just keeping it real with you. You're the creator. I'm not concerned about what nobody say. You are smarter than a fifth grader. You are source energy. Source energy, which is God, that's having the experience. You are source energy, creator, in different forms, a multidimensional being. And guess what? Nothing has power over you. Nothing in the White House. I'm just keeping it real with you. So the moment you start believing that they have power over you, guess what? You return back to the puppet. You return back to the puppet, how the puppet thinks, and that you need them to move you. That's how it's been. That's why you've been needing all these resources, all these assistance, because you've been programmed that you're the puppet. But you're not the puppet. You're the creator. You're source energy. You're the master. You're the writer. You're the producer. You're the director. And guess what? They your actors. I'm just keeping it real with you. Let's flip the script. Because the more you start, you keep believing that they this here over you. What is a president? A CEO. That's what it is. A president is just a CEO. But once you realize, hey, it can't make decisions unless I give it the power to make decisions. Wake up. Hey. I'm Oracle Mother Yanisa Mel Neutral Prime Supreme. 1216 of the Messiah Code Movement in the Tuwalu Tribe. I feel that I'm going to be back on here again. But just for now, let us keep rolling together to understand that there is nothing greater than you. You are all that is and all that has been and all will ever be. You are the master, the creator, the leader, the savior, the Messiah. You are. That's who you are. So let's flow together. Anything else before we go? Yeah, let's keep going. Definitely they pulled a trump card. Let's flow with this, y'all. We are smarter than a fifth grader. That's right. We are here to manipulate our own energy because that's all we can experience within this hologram. Peace, love, and light. Coon. Till we connect again. Shalom. Love y'all.